Hi, my name is Zachary Smith. Welcome to Spotlight. Today I'm going to be talking about the Roland spd-one. Today I'm going to be talking about the Roland spd-one wave pad. This is a cool little thing I picked up. You can put 12 samples in it. You can play it with your hands, with your feet, with drumsticks. It also has the wave pad version. Also has the ability to has two outputs, so you can use headphones with it, and you can put in your own sounds. First off, I picked this spd-one up for a tour I did at the beginning of this year. I bought it on Sweetwater. I don't tend to buy a lot of things new, but this was kind of a new product, and I needed it in a short amount of time, so I couldn't wait for it to come up on the used market. Yeah, got a good deal on it on sale at Sweetwater. Has some cool features, which I'll walk you through. One of the main things is that this particular wave pad version has the ability to put two different audio files in each of the 12 spots. So there's 12 presets here, you can see, and then you have this mix knob, which is just for the headphones. So if you plug into your headphones, you can have, say, they suggest, a click track and your regular track playing. So if you're the drummer, you can be playing a loop on here. I think the files can be, quite long. You could have a full song kind of backing tracks on here with a click track in a different file. And they'll play back at the same time, and then you have this level here to adjust your phone. Yeah, I've never used the headphone output or the click track function. For me, what I like it for is sitting on the floor beside my pedal board as a place to, as a way to get like a kick sample underneath kind of folk music in a live context. Works really well. I put in all my own sounds. The wave pad comes with a couple presets, I believe, but I took them all off immediately and just put some kick sounds that I have in my studio that I knew I liked. Before I was touring with the Roland spd-one, I was using the Nord drum just on the floor with my foot as well. And so I took the sound that I was using from the Nord drum and put that right onto the Roland to start. Then I just added a bunch of other kick sounds. I'll give you a kind of a quick preview of what the sounds that I have on here. Okay, I got my headphones so I can hear what's going on. Here's the sound I have under number 1. Basic thumpy kick sound. A louder kick. So you can hear 1 to 11, I just have a real simple, different kinds of kicks, because when you're using this in a live context, it's a little bit of a pain to get sounds onto it. And so I basically have just given myself as many options as I have, as I can fit. 11 options for kick sounds, because different sound systems have kind of different and sound people like a different kind of kick sound, especially if you want something to move the subs. Sometimes the crossovers at a different point. Sometimes it's at 50, sometimes it's at 80, sometimes it's at 120, and so each of these kicks has a different kind of punch point. in the low frequency, and so having a variety makes it easy for me to just talk to the sound person on a given night and be like, which kick is working best for you. I don't show them 11 usually, I show them 2 or 3. But in the last place I have a loop. So you can hear that's just an acoustic drum loop that just keeps playing, and it's set up as a loop so it won't stop until I click stop. I use that for testing out the DI, you know, making sure everything's working. But you could, you know, very well have the whole thing filled with different loops. Overall, a really cool product. I have had some trouble. You can see on this end of it, it's not the thinnest. It's about an inch, a little over an inch. And so it's kind of a little high off the floor. If you're playing with your foot, it can be a bit uncomfortable, especially, you know, if you're playing quick stuff standing up throughout the night. You know, it's a bit tricky. I've had other thump pads, and even the Nord drum is substantially thinner than this, which is unfortunate. I know they made it to be played with a foot, but I don't know if they really were thinking about somebody standing up and playing with their foot. The outputs are pretty simple. You know, you have your master out and your headphone out. It's powered by a regular 9-volt Boss power adapter. When I was touring with it, I just had an extra output come from my pedal board power supply, and I was able to just plug it into here, so that was pretty handy. Overall, I think it's a really great little product, and a nice way to just have some kind of easy to use drum sound, super portable. The pros for this thing are that it's portable. You can put all your own sounds on it. You don't have to rely on anything. I don't know about the headphone thing. Like, maybe some people find that useful. For me, it's not really important. But what is important is that I can put in all my own sounds and possibly mix in another sound out of a different output if I wanted to. And then have just a super, you know, simple product that you know, works and is reliable. Cons for this, again, yeah, being a little bit thick on this one end for standing up and playing with your foot. I wish that it was just run off of an SD card instead of having its own internal memory that you have to plug into your computer and load the sounds in that way. The file formatting, you can see, is right on here because it's a little bit convoluted. This thing can play things in a loop form. It can play them in with, you know, different velocities, and that's all just decided by the way that you name the files. You can see there's a little bit of information here, but it's kind of tricky. You really need the owner's manual to name the files correctly. I think they could have come up with a little bit simpler thing for naming the files. Overall, I think the spd-one wave pad is super great for anybody who just wants to be able to trigger one kind of sound and just have a few different versions of that sound. You can play with your feet, you can play with your hands, it's kind of up to you. Thanks for watching this video on the spd-one. Please like and subscribe. Thanks.